Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Great.
This is the...
I do the introduction.
Oh,
interview.
do you want a mic?
The interview?
A microphone?
No.
Okay.
Hello, and welcome to the Daily Dismount. I can't say that. We're gonna get sued.
Yeah, you can see it.
Welcome to Ask Elise, or Ask a Gymnast.
Good one.
Maybe some sort of intro. I'm your host, Grayson Null, here today with the lovely Elise Null. Also, as you may know, Elise Hopfner-Hibbs. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for your time. I'm literally so excited that you're here.
My hair looks bad. Host, could you pause for 1 sec?
Yeah, we're gonna, you know what, let's take a break. We'll be right back with some questions for Elise right after this.
Ding, ding. I did music. Ding, ding.
Hey, and we're back. You're just a smiley one, aren't you?
Yeah. I love coming on talk shows.
Yeah. Well, Elise, I just gotta thank you for your time. I really appreciate you coming here and giving up your busy schedule to spend some time with us and answer a few questions.
You're so welcome. I'm so happy to be here.
Awesome. Well, recently you put up a video about your Olympic experience.
Sorry, I can't stop smiling. You're so cute.
And
none of this was rehearsed. You just started doing this character.
And I gotta say, I watched it more than one time. The first time I could hardly see through all the tears in my eyes. It was amazing. And there's a lot of questions that came from it. And so we wanted to have you on and a little behind the scenes action, right? Get to know you a little bit more about your experience. Let's just dive right in.
Let's do it.
This one is a question that I love because I'm always thinking about it myself, being the host of the show. And when I watch, all the gyms out there, you'll be out there, you compete and you do some crazy thing, and then you come down, maybe you didn't have a great routine, maybe you had a fall, I don't know. Boom, cameras are in your face.
Oh, yeah.
So this question is, was it weird to have cameras following you? This was from Allie Baines, which is one of our viewers. She asked, was it weird to have cameras following you after you performed? How was the this is kind of like a two-parter.
Oh.
And secondly, how was the atmosphere with the other Olympians from around the world? Were they friendly? Were they kind of hostile? Were you guys jabbing at each other? What was it like?
Yeah. So to answer your first question, Allie? Allie. I feel like at that point, at the Olympics, you've competed in so many events. I legitimately feel like I have to give a really good answer on the show.
Because I asked such good questions.
Yeah, you just phrased it so well. But you've been to so many big time events like World Championships, all these different things that are televised already. So you kind of have gotten used to having the cameras there right away. It does suck if you don't have the best performance because sometimes you just either you start crying, which they always catch, or even if you turn around, they kind of try and sneak around to get you. But it is weird. But
from Gabby Douglas on that. She's a pro.
She is. She's really good at it.
Really good at getting away from the camera.
Yeah, she's good at it, which is a good thing. It's not a bad thing.
No, that's great.
But yeah, so it is weird, but you get used to it. And then the second part to your question kind of goes with my favorite part of the Olympics, which is the Athletes Village. Athletes Village is the coolest place in the entire world because...
Now this is different than Olympic Village? Or you're calling it Athletes Village?
The Athletes Village is the Olympic Village.
Okay.
Sorry, the Athletes Olympic Village. I don't know what it's officially called now.
Olympic Village.
The Olympic Village is the coolest place because all these people from all these places that maybe typically would be fighting, but no one cares. Everyone likes each other, everyone's supporting each other because you're all there, together, trying to strive for its goal to be the best at the Olympics. And
you all worked really hard to get there.
Yeah, and it's really cool. And the cafeteria is really awesome. I can only speak for the Beijing Games because that's the only one I was at, but it's giant and people sit together and eat together, and it's just really, really cool.
That's awesome. Very cool. This was a cool one because this is from a viewer who I remember watching you on big screens in Melbourne at the 2006 Commonwealth Games.
Oh, that was my peak.
So they were there.
2006 was
and
my
saw
peak.
it. So you got to see her in her prime, which is amazing. I wish I could have seen her competing in her prime. Well, I've only seen videos, but you were incredible.
Thanks.
So they were just asking experience at the Commonwealth Games. What was that like? and because they were there. And they kind of ended with a little boost to you of what was it like because you did so good.
Oh, it was really fun. Commonwealth Games is really fun. It's like a mini Olympics. Like you stay in an athlete's village, you stay with the people from your country in a little house, and the games are pretty big. One of the things I remember from Commonwealth Games, there was this music that they played when you were waiting to march out, and it was so intense. It was like the loudest, like boom, 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 like a heartbeat music. And my heart was already like, because I was always so nervous. Yeah. But this music was like so intense, and everyone was like, oh my gosh, here it comes. Nice. But it was so fun. I got drug tested like 17 times those games. But it was really great. And like I said, I was at my peak, I feel like, in 2006. So yeah. It was.
It's really good to have been at the Olympics that year.
Yeah. Well, they weren't that year, so.
Well, can't win them all.
No.
This is a fun one.
Okay.
Who was your favorite gymnast that you got to meet? Like, world renowned. Like, you know, you hear all these names. Like, you know, in your year, you had Sean Johnson, you had Nastia Lucan. Yeah. You had some big names there.
Hopfner-Hibbs. I'm just kidding.
So you were there.
I just.
So, like, who was the gymnast that you met that you're like, man, I got to meet that person. That's really cool.
Here's the honest truth.
Probably one that maybe no one knows of.
Honest
truth. Been in the game for so long.
I did gymnastics. I was never a huge like gymnastics fan. Like I didn't have like my favorite gymnast who I thought was amazing, and I would watch it on TV if it was on, but I wouldn't like schedule my like work around my schedule to watch it. I just loved doing it. So I wasn't like a huge gymnastics fan, and I knew Nastia and Sean just from doing like the circuit, like competing in general. But Oksana Chusovitina is there, which this year she's become like this huge thing because she's 41 and has been to now 7 Olympic Games.
That's crazy.
So it was pretty cool to meet her just because my coach.
She's like a legend in gymnastics.
Yeah, she's done a lot of stuff, and so I think it was cool to just see her. It's like she's just inspiring just because she's so much older than a typical gymnast. Yeah.
That's awesome. I would love to have met her. Well, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with some more fun questions. Okay, kiss break over. Hey, we're back. So, in your training and preparation for Olympics and while you were there, I would imagine your diet was pretty strict, and you had, I don't even know what you ate, but that's what this question is all about, so we can find out. So this is from Mac Princess 2. The first Mac Princess was already been taken. What do you eat? What did you eat? Usually for breakfast and watching snacks.
Well, as I mentioned in the video, I was not making smart nutritional choices. So I don't really want to go into too much depth about what I was or was not eating at the time. Okay. I will say that it wasn't enough because as an athlete, you need to fuel your body well with a lot of healthy stuff and like nutrient-dense stuff, nutrient-rich.
Carbo loading.
No, so gymnasts don't really do that.
Yeah.
That's more. You're so cute. That's more for carbo loading is more for like aerobic.
What?
More for aerobic athletes, like athletes that run or do long distance things or that are active for long periods of time. Gymnastics is anaerobic, which is like just quick sprints. So like you vault and you're done in 10 seconds. You know, beam routine, floor routine is 1 minute and 30 seconds, which feels like aerobic because you're dying at the end, but it's actually not. So carbo loading, not so much. But yeah. Cool. Yeah, I'm not gonna go too much into depth into that one, but.
All right. Should have screened the questions better. My fault. How about from Devin Joel, which is one. This is actually, I happen to know the answer to this one.
You can answer it for me first and see.
No, but I think this is a good one. I don't remember if you talked about it in your video or not, but.
But you watched it twice.
Well, one time was teary-eyed, and it really messed with me. Anyways, did you walk in the opening ceremony, and what was that like? If you did.
Do you want to answer for me first?
No. I'm interviewing you.
Okay.
But this is one that you would expect to be like a no-brainer.
Yeah.
But
I did not walk in the opening ceremonies. Most gymnasts do not. Artistic gymnasts, because gymnastics is one of the first events in the Olympics. So the men start the next day, and the women are the day after that. So you won't see many or any gymnasts doing that because opening ceremonies are long, as you saw, but you have to be there even more ahead of time, even more ahead of when they actually start. And you have to sit in like this holding area, and you only get to watch it on a screen anyway, and you have to walk a lot, which if you're competing really soon is not a good idea. And so most gymnasts don't do opening ceremonies because the event is so close to your big meet.
The old big meet.
But they were very cool. We watched them on TV. We had like a little viewing party, which was great. Asian Games openings were awesome. 80808, August 8th, 2008.
Very cool. Well, cool. We'll wrap up with just a couple of other questions.
Okay.
Not as much Olympic related. One I just want to talk about because it's fun to hear a little bit how, I don't know if a lot of you guys know, but at least also competed for UCLA. What was your time like there? What was that like? Did you enjoy that? Did you like it more than your Olympic experience?
Good questions. Who's that one from?
It was from
Or a couple people?
a little bit me. I kind of added on a little bit more to it, but it was originally from a young lady named Callie Lim, I believe.
Okay. Well, Callie.
Callie Lim.
UCLA was the best 4/5 years of my life. I had so much fun, and gymnastics was way more fun than it was doing elite. Makes sense, elite's like super hard if you train crazy hard. Not that I didn't train hard at UCLA, but it's just a different type of training, much more team atmosphere. And I've said this multiple times and I still stick by it. The Olympics was amazing. I'm glad that I did it. It was great. Don't regret it. But I would do college over Olympics any day. I grew so much as a person in college, which is partially just your age at that phase of your life. Like every college student, I feel like grows a lot. But it was just so much fun. So much fun. So I always say to little gymnasts, if, so many of them want to go to the Olympics, but like you saw, only 5 girls get to go, and they're actually changing it to be 4 soon.
Oh, actually?
I think for the next, don't quote me on that, but so like only 4 girls every 4 years, which is not that many. So like, if you aren't, if you don't think you're good enough for the Olympics, go for college. It's so much fun. And if I could have picked, having done both, if I could go back and have to pick one, I would pick college for sure. For sure, hands down. Even if I did my best Olympic everything, I'd still pick college.
Oh. Well, cool. So that actually sort of leads into my next question, which I saw a lot of people asking about. Are you going to put your daughter in gymnastics? And what are you going to do if she wants to go elite or potentially to the Olympics? Like, is that something that you want her to do, that you're going to push her to do? What are you
Yeah, it's funny. When we found out that it was a girl, everyone said, "Oh, she's going to be a gymnast!" Like everybody, which is awesome. It's fine. And all of our children, we've already discussed this.
Yeah, I know they do this one too.
Yeah. All of our children, whether they want to or not, are going to do gymnastics when they're really little because it's just a good base sport for all sports.
It's good for your
balance,
footwork, flexibility, balance.
Yeah, everything.
All of it.
It's good for everything. So they're going to do it when they're really little, even if it's not for a long time, just to get some, basic stuff in. And then if she really loves it,
Or later down the road,
yeah.
at some point.
But right now for this little one.
Yeah.
If she really loves it and wants to keep going, I would have a hard time saying, no, you can't do that. But we're really going to encourage other sports, trying other sports. And if she's great at gymnastics and wants to keep going with it, great. We'll be nervous wrecks in the audience, like Allie Raceman's parents, doing everything with her. Because I'm like that watching gymnasts that I don't even know.
Nail marks permanently in my arm.
Yeah. But like I said, like you guys saw in the video, I've seen a lot of like pretty scary injuries, and so it's nerve-wracking to me to put my daughter through that. And I loved every minute of my gymnastics career. That's why I stuck with it for so long. But it's very emotionally and physically demanding if you want to go elite, if you want to go all the way. So
yeah, put them in early if they don't want to try other sports, and if ultimately they try other things and just really love gymnastics and want to go back to it, then I can't deny it in that.
Yeah, I'm not going to say
that's
no.
What I want to do.
Yeah.
So just go for it,
Yeah.
Do the best you can at that.
Yeah. Good questions.
Cool. Well, I think that wraps most of them up. Last little thing that I want to know,
Okay.
/ some of the viewers wanted to know, how did you get started in gymnastics?
I started when I was only 4 years old.
4 years old.
And it was a birthday present. My 4th birthday present was like a
Gymnastics lesson.
Yeah.
You have to go to classes.
And I loved it from the very beginning. I was a pretty crazy kid. Like, I wasn't a crazy kid, but I was active, exactly. And I was pretty mischievous, actually. I always say I was like an angel child, but I was pretty mischievous, and so I was smart. That was the thing. I was smart, and it was like I needed to put my
figure out what
stuff into something, channel it into something, and
Yeah.
gymnastics was a perfect avenue for that. And so here I am, several years later.
Now you're here.
But yeah, from 4 all the way till whenever I finished, it was 19 years, and then I coached for 1, so pretty much grew up in a gym.
A lot of time in the gym.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's about wraps up all the time we have. I know there's a ton of questions that you guys asked. Thank you so much. We couldn't get through them all. There were so many, but hopefully it shed some light on some things you wanted to know. Always keep the questions coming. You can hit us up on Twitter at Meet the Nulls, at least Null, Instagram. Not always, but I've been posting some stories recently. I'm gonna start getting more into that. At Meet the Nulls, also at least Null again, pretty easy. There's gonna be links for that down below, so you can follow us. Hit us up with some more questions, or her with more questions, because she's way more awesome than me. And
also before you completely close.
Okay.
Today is Thursday, so Friday, Saturday, you have 3 days to go buy a gold shirt if you want one.
You better do it.
They have white, they have black, they have tee, they have long, and it goes to a good cause, and you can wear it for the closing ceremonies. And all through September is Pediatric Cancer Awareness Month, and so you can wear Go Gold for that. So go buy it. It goes to a great cause, and they're cool.
Yep.
It's a win-win.
We'll put a link down below for that too.
Yes.
Make it easy for you. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. And you get 2 videos today, which is awesome. One, obviously this, and the other one you're going to get a little update on this little one, who also is seemingly very active and rambunctious. So she'll probably be in the gym. And yeah, you're going to get to be all caught up on what's happening in the old Nulls life. Sweetness.
Good video.
Thanks for watching. Check us out next time for Ask a Gymnast, our next episode. I don't know when it's going to be. Our show might be canceled.
Maybe.
But thanks for watching this episode.
Maybe
we love you guys. Have a great week.